Billy, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Tonight's matchup features two quarterbacks who will be trying to lead their team to victory. It's the Browns going up against the Dolphins. With that, let's head on down to Miami, where we'll hand it over to the two men calling our game. That's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cleveland Browns and the Miami Dolphins. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. And the quarterback, he's got some big threats at wideout.
And they seem to get bigger all the time, don't they, Brandon? Every time I look out and watch a game, we're getting these bigger, more athletic, acrobatic receivers. We have some today.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So a loss of 5, and it'll be second down.
Throw.
Now Griffin on second down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And a look at the starters for the Miami defense.
Cameron Wake may have begun his career in Canada, but in the NFL, he's been one of the top pass rushers since he's entered the league.
So 3rd and 15 and an extra defensive back in the game now.
Flooding the passing lanes.
3rd and long. It's Griffin. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Cleveland. 57 yards.
I know they had good coverage downfield, but you have to wonder, on 3rd and long like that, how does that happen, that they can get that far downfield and complete a pass? You got to guard the sticks, understand where you are, and so it's almost like someone fell asleep at the switch, and now that the play's been completed, they've got to dust themselves off on defense, pick it up, and figure out how to not let that happen again.
You know, Hugh Jackson said early on he was hoping to get Crowell 1,000 yards this season, but just 28 yards in Week 15 might have ended that hope. But you've told me you think he's a building block for these Browns.
I do, and I think that the numbers in this case about Isaiah Crowell don't tell the full story, because remember, this is a team that's played from behind in just about every game this year, which means the running game gets neglected. They have to throw it around the park. That means Isaiah Crowell doesn't touch the ball as much as he needs to. You give him the right number of carries, good game situations, he's a 1,000-yard runner each and every year.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
Okay, when the big guy runs a corner route, you're asking a lot no matter who's covering him. Doesn't matter whether it's a linebacker or a defensive back. Yep. He usually has the advantage because of his body type.
So this is not the QB here. They're going to do a direct snap out of the Wildcat. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
So often you hear defensive coaches talk about we need all 11 on every play in order to be a good run-stopping unit. And sometimes it starts to sound a little cliche. But did you see the free safety on that play? Knifing through and running down the ball carrier. A huge, huge play. And when you have a free safety who can run like that, you've got to turn him loose.
This time, Griffin will throw. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
On 3rd down, Griffin. And this is going to be incomplete. Andrew Hawkins, the intended receiver. And fourth down coming up. So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here.
And that was a nice play. He knocked it away, but obviously you want the interception in this situation. You want to take away any chance that they have any decision to make on fourth down. But things happen so quickly in the end zone in this compressed area of the field that you're just happy to knock it away and not allow a touchdown.
So it's our visitors who make the first dent in the scoreboard as they get 3 here on the initial drive of the ball game.
Yeah, it's hard to say who actually won that opening drive. On the one hand, anytime you can come in as a road team and get an early lead, you're going to be thrilled. But at the same time, to have the ball as deep in enemy territory as they did and come away with only 3, that's got to be a little bit of a disappointment.
Now it's the Boise State alum, TJzzz. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Mr. Ajayi, over 1,000 yards this year, reached that plateau in Week 15 when he had 51. So, you know, while his production has maybe gone down a little bit as of late, still a heck of a year.
A tremendous year for him, especially when you consider how it started. Didn't travel to Seattle for the season opener, and since that time has really picked up the pace. Back-to-back 200-yard-plus games. 100-yard game the week after that. Really established a core for Miami and an identity for them to run the football.
On first down, it's Tannehill. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And on your screen, the offensive starters, Jarvis Landry, a guy that we profile.
Love his game. Not only is he going to beat you with athleticism, he's going to outwork you as well. And look for him to hurt you also in the kick return game.
On 2nd down, here's Tannehill. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Deion Sims is tight end, the intended target. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And the linebacking core could certainly be crucial today.
They do everything really, really well. Fly to the football, defend the pass, you name it, they do it, as well as set the defensive front.
To throw is Tannehill. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They are going for it. It's Tannehill. And this is incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. And the Browns offense back out there ready to take over. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him with contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe. Now, back in my old days, before college, I played a little bit of offense. I used to love to pitch the ball to my backs. How about that pitch right on that play?
Yeah, going right. People run to the right more than to the left, don't they, in real life and in video games?
That is true. A lot of offenses constructed to run to the right side of the line of scrimmage. Those big tackles, usually your power blockers. In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run. Probing now early to try and get things done later.
That is caught inside the 5. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Terrell Pryor, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. And his kick is no good. It's an early miss. We'll see if that has any ramifications later here as the afternoon wears on. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. He hops over him.
That's why you stretch.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused it.
And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. Demario Davis in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Well, so